Hello, YouTube. It's been a while. I spent an hour today doing what I call a deep think, thinking about where my life is at, business, personal, the trajectory it's going, and how I want to change that, pivot that, optimize it, etc. And I'm making this video in my Vancouver office for August and September of this year. Landed here 2 weeks ago from Medellin, Colombia. There's been lots going on in business and in life. I'll start with business since this YouTube channel has been mostly business related. And for the past month and a half, I've been working as a CMO for a really, really exciting AI startup. And the CEO of this startup had a monster exit in 2024. I'm not at liberty to say the exact amount, but it was a huge exit and he has massive credibility in this space. So he's assembled an all-star team, and I'm one of those key players coming in as CMO with vesting equity and also a sizable salary. So it's been a whirlwind of business, really connecting with high-level, ultra net worth people that came in through our CEO's network and building AI products with them. Now, my agency is still operational. I'm spending about an hour a day maintaining our current client base, about 30 clients, which has been remarkably efficient. I mean, I'm deeply grateful for my agency that over this past month and a half, I've turned off business development. I'm not actively trying to get new clients. The team and system I've built just works so well, and we're able to continue to deliver our clients great results with really a very limited time investment on my part, which, yeah, I mean, is an amazing thing to see. I've spent 9 years building the business, and it's really in a place where it almost can run itself, at least for current clients. So I've been living between two cities, Vancouver and Medellin, operating two businesses, my CMO role for the AI company and maintaining my agency, North Digital. I've learned more about artificial intelligence in the past 2 months than I ever have. It's fascinating. There's massive amount of money flowing into AI. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, OpenAI signed a $30 billion per year deal with Oracle for data centers. It's absolutely insane. And at the same time, from my opinion, there's a lot of hype in AI. Like VCs are throwing money at it, private equity is throwing money at it, consumers and users are so hungry for the next AI thing. And from what I've seen behind the scenes, investigating a lot of AI products, is that a lot of them overpromise and underdeliver, quite honestly. But the money and the hype oftentimes overshadows that. I sort of had this moment today where I sat down. It's a peaceful Sunday. I thought about my agency. I thought about this AI company I'm working with as CMO. And in my opinion, two things are true. Yes, AI is already changing the world and will continue to do so faster and faster. I've seen what it can do, and it's insane. And I think personally, I find the hype around AI off-putting. And I think that the business world and just the world in general is becoming so inundated with hype and overpromised things that just solid, real, trustable communication and products are going to stand out. And it's an inversion of what's happened. 10 or 20 years ago, the flashiest YouTube videos, the flashiest marketing got eyeballs. And now I actually think it's going to reverse because there's so many AI bots, AI video generation, image generation, people trying to cash in on that hype. Just someone who you can trust in this space is going to command more value. Going back to me personally, when I reflected on my business trajectory, my YouTube channel is the part of my business that's both most deeply aligned with me, my soul, my heart. Like, I love making YouTube videos. It's also been profitable, but of all the things, my agency, this new AI company, making YouTube videos is the most genuinely fun thing. So I decided to, on a whim, make a YouTube video this Sunday. And my intention is to go back to a weekly posting schedule. One thing I've learned from being in a lot of rooms with high net worth people, both in this opportunity I'm a part of, but also I have a lot of high net worth friends and I meet a lot of really, really rich people. And as cliche as it sounds, a lot of them actually aren't that happy. They aren't that fulfilled. Now, that's not me saying I don't value money. I mean, I want to have a net worth of $100 million at some point as well. But I think the reason I've seen this archetype of the rich, not that happy person is because they've put such a high percentage of their life into doing something they don't really like just for the sake of making money. And if you do that for decades, it really erodes your happiness and who you are. And then your relationships are worse, your health is worse. And it all just adds up as this like negative feedback loop. And by the time you cash out and sell your company for hundreds of $1 million, it can be too late. Like you're kind of past your prime. You're not that happy. You're not that healthy. You don't even have good interpersonal relationship skills. You're great at business meetings, but you're not even really in a position to enjoy the money. And I mean, there's exceptions to this too. There are incredibly happy people who are also incredibly wealthy. But I think my naive assumption when I got into entrepreneurship 9 years ago is that being a successful entrepreneur by default makes you happy. And I just get reminded again and again that that's not the case, which again comes full circle to why I'm making this YouTube video now. Because for me, making YouTube videos does make me happy. And whatever money or financial or brand boost this causes is legitimately secondary to that happiness. An interesting transformation too is that when I first started business, I didn't really have much money. So for me, the idea of having more money than I knew what to do with was just amazing. I thought it would solve all my problems. And now that I am financially comfortable, it's just not the only thing. And it's interesting. In this new CMO position I'm in, the parts of it I've liked the most are deeply learning how to use AI more efficiently, which is a game changer for anything I do. And the second thing I've loved is just the mental friendly sparring with really, really smart people. And in my agency, I'm not saying my clients aren't smart, but the conversations are more basic. We're talking about lead gen, we're going to get you these results, you're going to pay this amount, etc. But with this new role, we're designing products and innovative marketing strategies from the ground up. And I'm talking to highly successful, highly intelligent, sharpened business people that can both push back against my ideas, but the part that feels great is they can deeply understand the nuances of my intellect and mental strength. Whereas a dentist who is talking to me for 20 minutes between appointments and is going to sign up to my $1,500 a month management fee marketing plan just doesn't have the time or the depth to really recognize that in me. So working with brilliant people, learning this world-changing skill of AI on a deeper level has been a lot more exciting to me than the financial potential of this opportunity. Now, the financial potential is really high because I'm getting equity, and this is a highly, highly scalable business that we're building. And of course, that's nice. Like logically, of course, a big exit where I have equity, that sounds great. There's lots of good things I can do with that money. But it's funny for me. I have a hard time like viscerally getting massively excited about that as I do see some other people do. And maybe that's just a feature of me where like for me, money is more of a nice to have than a need to have because my life is already like, if I had $100 million more than I have now, my life actually wouldn't really change at all. I would just spend time with my girlfriend, go to the gym, go for awesome dinners with friends, live in whatever city I want. But I already do that. So like $100 million exit wouldn't really change my life at all. So it's just hard for me to get intrinsically excited about that. And especially zooming out and seeing this dynamic where I think more so men than women, their egos get involved. Like you have to be the wealthiest person in the room. But then I look around the room and it's like the wealthiest person isn't even that happy. So I can't help but sort of see the absurdity of taking the game so seriously. And I think that's why I love looking at business as a fun game rather than a serious game. Because once you have enough money to live anywhere in the world you want comfortably, spend time as you want, which I already have, then it's just hard for me to take it so deeply seriously. It's a fun game. I mean, I am competitive and I enjoy winning that game, but I can't help but take a more lighthearted approach to it. And on that note, I mean, I can't help but feel more turned off by a lot of make money online social media content. And I remember I used to like that content, when I was 26 years old and I saw people flexing supercars and watches and this lifestyle. There was a part of me that liked that and thought that would be awesome. But I mean, another thing after being in a room with legitimately ultra high net worth people is like, you look at the guy has a net worth of like $10 million flexing his Lamborghini. And it's so childish in a way. It's just so funny to me. Like, yeah, it's funny too, because like most people who are at that level of net worth or higher aren't impressed by it. The only people you're impressing are, people that are financially struggling and they think it'd be so cool to be able to afford a nice car. So you kind of build this like army of broke people that are following you. It's just such a funny, weird situation on social media, particularly. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with buying nice watches, nice cars. If you enjoy driving nice cars and wearing nice watches, then you should do that and enjoy it. It's just it's like trying to leverage that to sell a course, to sell your mastermind, which is so common on social media right now, it's been really refreshing to get out of that space, to be honest. Yeah, but what I'm most excited about is on this YouTube channel is to post weekly content. I mean, this video, I started off with a vague idea of what I'm going to talk about, but I really feel for the first time, maybe ever, that I have no doubt that I'm going to continue making a lot of money. Like, I don't feel an urgency or a fear around my business. It's just, of course, whatever businesses I'm involved in, I'm going to earn great money from those. I'm going to live highly comfortably. Whether or not my final net worth is 20 million or 2 billion, sure, I'd have a slight preference for 2 billion, but like I'm so well set up regardless that I feel a new sense of freedom to just make videos about whatever I want to talk about and release products through this YouTube channel that are deeply authentic to me. Because this YouTube channel isn't a primary revenue driver. It does make me money, but it's not a primary revenue driver. So it's more for fun than it is for money. So I'm going to try to make this more personal going forward. And I will likely still have offerings through this. I mean, I launched a mentorship program last year. I only took on 3 people. 2 of them have had really very successful results. Like, they've completely changed their lives and changed their businesses. The third one, he had a child, so he's been delayed a little bit, but we're still in conversation. So overall, it's been a very successful launch of my mentorship program. And yeah, I'll feel into what the next version of that offer is going to look like. But this is a casual update. And with YouTube as well, I really feel like there's going to be a resurgence of less edited content. I mean, if you deeply think about it, does having a fancy intro and a fancy background and some sort of like animations popping up here that doesn't actually add any value? It just maybe speaks to our ADHD minds a tiny bit more. But the only thing that really matters is the content of what the person is saying. So expect more unfiltered content from this channel. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.